Hi everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Melissa, and I just want to share my sewing fashion kind of journey with you that I started back in 2009 semi-officially, so that if this is inspirational to anybody, hopefully maybe you will start a journey like me and have as much fun as I've been having. So, when I was a little girl, I used to sew clothes for my dolls. I'm just in general a creative person. I like to make things, design things. That's just who I am. So I used to make clothes for my dolls from scrap cloth. I remember specifically one time when my mother cut off some pockets off a pants or a skirt that she had. And those pockets, there were back pockets on the back of the pants or skirt, and they were big enough for me to make some clothes for my doll. And so I think I attempted to make a jacket and a pants suit for my doll. And I generally just like sewing. I sewed an apron. I did a little bit of embroidery when I was a little girl. Nothing too major, but little things that, made me express my creative abilities and desires. Now, my sewing of clothes, like the dress I'm wearing, started really when I was in college. So in college, I was a biology major and a music minor. And for my minor, I had to do a recital. As a piano minor, I played about an hour's worth of music in my senior year last semester, and that's like the last requirement that I have for that degree. So how I'm saying to myself, okay, what am I going to wear? And I thought, okay, I don't have I have dresses, but they don't seem special enough for a senior piano recital. So what I did, I started to say, just doodling on my paper. I like to do that. Okay, let's see, what type of dress would I want to wear? And I said, what about a piano dress? And I drew this elaborate piano dress, which had really long to the ballroom type of dress. Then I settled for this dress here, which has a piano at the bottom. It was already made dress, and I just used that dress and added a piano. I added satin cloth to the bottom, and then velvet keys and some black embroidery thread in between. Okay, now after that dress, which was about the early spring of 2009, I went to the store with my friend who wanted to get a dress for a different event that she was doing. And I saw this beautiful blue rayon fabric that I thought was just absolutely gorgeous. And at the time, I didn't know what I wanted to make with it, but I knew I was like, I'm going to give it a shot to try to make something really long and just beautiful as this color is. So I bought the fabric probably for about $5 or $6, and I made this dress, which I call my Greek goddess dress, just because the color blue reminds me of the Mediterranean. I've never been. I would love to go one day, as well as those white and gold accents remind me of the different buildings and some of the infrastructure there. And so this was the very first dress that I made. After that, when I went home for summer break in 2009 before starting graduate school, I thought, okay, maybe let's see, can I make anything else? I made this dress for my sister for her graduation in that same May. And just a side note, this dress is made from a scarf from H&M. And it was just big enough, and I put a lining under it, and I made a dress for my sister. And I made a couple other pieces that summer as well. So starting from that's where my journey really started. I just really wanted to see, can I make a dress? Can I make a pants? Can I do it? It seems like I could, maybe, let me try. And I have just been trying every year from that point on. Usually I get excited somewhere between the winter and springtime and say, I want to make a new dress or something like that. Also, one reason that I sew is because I'm 5'10", and usually I like my dresses to reach about my knee, just because it's my preference. And as 5'10", a lot of dresses in that range are usually much shorter. So it's very difficult to find a dress that I like. So that's one reason I made a lot of dresses. So a lot of my pictures you'll see, they are dresses. Yes. And so from that, every year, I made a couple pieces, about 3 to 5, depending on the year, sometimes more, few times less. But now I have accumulated so many different pieces of clothes. I've made mostly dresses, as I've said, some skirts, a couple blouses, some one-piece jumpers like this one, some jacket shawls type of kimono type sweater dresses, not really sweaters. I've made a couple pants actually. I've made a shorts. I've made about 4 jackets, and it's just been a really fun journey for me. I've made a little purse and a little hat, but I don't really wear those that much, but I mostly stick with clothes. I really love cool materials. They really inspire me. And in 2019, I decided to start a blog where I could just tell kind of a brief little story about what each dress was about. So I'll tell you about this one here. This material I bought in Georgia when I went to visit my aunt there, and I just love it because it's wrinkle free. And I think the contrast with the black and white is pretty nice. And then I also just love gold accents, so you might see that in a lot of my stuff. But this, I was really excited about it because I like how the patterns I made the patterns go this way. It's just a black and white stripe. But I was so excited about this that I started sewing around 8 or 9 p.m. at night. I said, I'll just get started. I was so excited to finish this dress that I stayed up until about 5 a.m. and I finished the dress. And something to know about me, I always go to bed usually. But this night I was just so excited that I stayed up all night and I made this dress. It's one of my favorites. I love to wear it. So hopefully you will follow me on my journey. I'm mostly blogging about it. But in the future, maybe I'll have some classes or maybe some vlogs or maybe some instructional videos. But I really just want you to know that this is something I enjoy doing. Started out as a necessity, kind of, the piano dress. And then it just grew into my curiosity as to, can I do it? And I just want to encourage anyone out there who may be interested in sewing, but I haven't taken any classes for any of my sewing, but I gave myself the freedom to try just to see if I can do it. And turns out I can. And so I'd like to encourage you, if you want to just give it a shot, get some material that maybe it's not too costly, and I fit it to myself a lot just to see how it will look on me before I go cutting or anything like that. And turns out decent. So hopefully you can give it a try. And I would love to see any kinds of articles of clothes that you have made or try to make or will make in the future, because it's very exciting for me. Now, just so you know, this is not my full-time job or my day job. This is my very exciting hobby. I am a science professor by day and a fashion designer by night. But I also say that just to say it's okay to do different things. You don't have to do one type of career or one type of job only. You can do whatever you like as long as your time permits. And generally, people make time for things they like to do. So give it a shot. You never know. Your hobby or you're just trying one time, something can develop into something much bigger. I didn't think I would have a blog or even think about having a blog until I realized how many clothes I've made over the last 10 years and said, hey, why not put this somewhere where I can share it with others so they could see as well. So hopefully you like this video and it's inspiring to you, and I'll continue to share my journey of sewing with you.